right, let's dive right in. If you're an entrepreneur, a creator, heck, anyone with a brain that just wants to spitting out a dozen new ideas before you've even had your coffee, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, we are going to get into a really powerful system that's all about turning that creative chaos into actual, focused, profitable projects.
So, does this sound familiar? You've got a hard drive or maybe a folder that's basically a graveyard of brilliant, half-finished ideas. You're always starting new stuff, but not a lot of it is actually crossing the finish line, the part where it actually makes you some money. It's such a common problem for creatives, it's almost a cliche. But the good news, it is absolutely solvable. And look, the solution here isn't about having fewer ideas. No way. It's about having a system to actually manage them. So in this explainer, we're gonna walk through two super simple but seriously effective frameworks. First, a focus framework to help you channel your energy, and second, an idea vetting framework so that only the absolute best ideas get your precious attention. Okay, first up, let's talk about taming that chaos. We're gonna start with the focus framework, and this thing is specifically designed to be ADHD friendly. It gives your brain that structure it desperately needs, but also the novelty it craves, and it all starts with one simple, non-negotiable rule. 3. That's the magic number. That's it. You are only allowed to have 3, count them, 3, active projects at any given time. Not 4, not 5, 3. This hard limit is literally the foundation of this whole system because it forces you to be ruthless and make real decisions about where your energy is actually going. So, what are these 3 project slots? Well, think of it like this. Slot number 1 is your money engine. This is your main gig, the thing that's actually designed to bring in cash right now. Number 2 is your brand builder. This is the long game, growing your audience, building your name, that kind of thing. And finally, slot number 3 is the R&D lab. This is your playground, your one spot for something experimental and fun. It's crucial because it keeps your creative brain happy without totally derailing your business. And this right here, this quote, is the heart of it. So what happens to all those other amazing ideas that pop into your head? They go into what we call an idea parking lot. You write them down, you save them, but they are not allowed to demand your active time or energy. The whole point is to fiercely, and I mean fiercely, protect your focus for just those top 3. Now, to make this work without going crazy, you run your life in 90-day sprints. So for 3 months, you commit to your 3 projects. That's it. No big new projects get to jump the line. You just focus on refining, shipping, and monetizing what you've got. And this is brilliant because it satisfies that part of your brain that craves a fresh start. You know that in just 90 days, you get to reevaluate and maybe swap something new in. And here's how you should probably break down your week. And notice, it is not about giving each project equal time. Not at all. About 60% of your focus, that goes to the money engine. 30% goes to your brand builder. And that fun little R&D project, just a dedicated 10%. This ratio is so critical because it makes sure you're always making progress on the thing that actually pays the bills. Okay, so you've got your 3 slots locked in, but what happens when you finish a project or a 90-day sprint ends and a spot opens up and you've got like a dozen new ideas all fighting for that spot? How on earth do you choose? Well, that's where part 2 of our system comes in, the idea vetting framework. It's a simple 5-point scoring system designed to help you pick the winners and ruthlessly kill the distractions. All right, criterion number 1, time to first dollar. Super simple. On a scale of 1 to 5, how quickly can this idea make its first buck? Even just $100. A 1 means, this is gonna take months of building before I see a dime. A 5 means you could probably pre-sell it or whip up a simple version and get your first sale within a week or 2. It just forces you to think about immediate viability. Criterion number 2 is all about leverage. You gotta ask yourself, does this new idea use stuff you already have? I'm talking about your existing skills, your audience, your content. A 1 here means you're starting completely from scratch. New audience, new skill, the whole shebang. A 5, that means you're basically just repackaging something you've already made. And that, my friends, is incredibly efficient. Number 3 is a big one. It's the reality check, market obviousness. Plain and simple. Are people already spending money on things like this? A score of 1 means you're pretty much just guessing that a market exists. A 5, on the other hand, means you're seeing tons of competitor products, and people on places like Reddit are literally asking for this exact solution. You want to enter a proven market. Next up, number 4, execution simplicity. How easy is this for you specifically to build right now? A 1 might mean learning complex new software or having to find a business partner. A 5 is something you could literally sketch out on a napkin and start building this afternoon. Low friction is the name of the game here. And finally, criterion number 5, which might be the most important one of all, especially for creative brains, personal energy. You know what I'm talking about? That ADHD tax is a real thing. If a project bores you, it's probably going to die a slow death in that half-finished projects folder. So a 1 means, yeah, it's interesting in theory, but you just don't feel that spark. A 5, that means you are already obsessed. You're thinking about it in the shower. You're designing the logo in your head. That's a 5. Okay, so we've got our 5 criteria. Now for the fun part. How do you actually use this thing? Let's take it from theory to action and see how just adding up a few numbers can lead you to a super clear-headed decision. So let's run through a quick example. Let's say your idea is to create a paid template based on a system you already use. Okay, time to first dollar? That's a 5. You can sell that thing fast. Leverage? Easy 5. You're just repackaging your own work. Market obviousness? A solid 4. People are definitely buying templates. Execution simplicity? It's a 5. You can get it done. Personal energy? Let's say you're pretty excited. A 4. Add them all up, and that gives us a really high total score of 23.
So what does a score of 23 actually mean? Well, here's the simple breakdown. If an idea scores anywhere from 20 to 25, that is a prime candidate. Put it in your money engine or brand builder slot. If it's in that middle range, say 15 to 19, that could be a perfect fit for your experimental R&D lab. And anything 14 or below, you park it. Seriously, put it in the parking lot and don't even think about it right now. And this is where everything just clicks together. The two frameworks, they're not separate things. They are one single cohesive system. You use your 3 project slots to maintain that day-to-day focus. And you use the objective scoring system as the gatekeeper to make sure only the absolute highest potential ideas ever get into those slots in the first place. And if there's one golden rule to take away from all this, it's this. No matter how shiny and exciting a new idea seems in the moment, you have to run it through that 5-point scorecard before you even think about giving it one of your precious top 3 spots. I'm telling you, this little bit of discipline is what separates the people who ship from the people who just dream. So there you have it, a simple, totally actionable system for bringing some much-needed order to your creative chaos. It basically gives you permission to focus, and it gives you a clear, logical way to decide what to work on next. So really, the only question left is, what's the first idea you're going to score?